Okay, so now it's your turn to have a go. So similar to the previous video, but this time it's f of x equals x to the power of 3 over 5. In the previous video, it was 2 over 5. Now it's 3 over 5. Well, anyway, is this function an even function or is it an odd function? So press pause and have a go. Okay, so to do this here, so starting with this function here, let's apply this transformation and see if it equals the original function. Okay, so we are here at the moment. Let's apply this transformation now. So it will be f of minus x here equals. So don't forget we are putting this minus x into this x here. So that would be minus x and then to the power of 3 over 5. And really now we really want to see if this truly is the same as this. But the problem is we do not understand what this means. We've got a minus to the power of something that we don't understand. So whenever you have a fraction, whenever you have a power to a fraction, break it up. So you can either choose to break it up as this, to the power of 3, and then power it to a fifth, or from here you can choose to break it up as this, minus x, and then to a fifth, and then you power it to the 3. Okay, so it doesn't matter which one you choose. I'm just going to choose this one here. Okay, so from here we will jump to here. Okay, so what does this mean? So now you've got to think. It's quite hard to understand what it means to have a negative x and then take the fifth root of it. What does that mean? So try and somewhere over here so you've got a number. You've got this thing here. You want to find out the fifth root of it. So that means you've got to look for something. When you times by itself 5 times, it will give you this thing here. So looking at this here, let's just cube root. Sorry, let's just take the fifth root of this. Okay, and then we will deal with the minus later on. So fifth root of this. So 5 here, the fifth root of x, and then you've got the fifth root of x, and then you've got the fifth root of x, and then the fifth root of x, and then the fifth root of x. Okay. So here, if you get the fifth root of x times this times this times this times this here, it will give you positive x. But the thing is, you've got negative. Well, if you stick a negative in here in each of the in each bubble here, now you've got a negative. The negative fifth root times a negative fifth root times a negative fifth root, and so on here. Now it will give you negative x. Okay, but the thing is, negative times a negative, that's a positive, and then negative times that's a positive, and now you've got one negative. Let's just, in a way, factor out the negative. Okay, factor out the negative. So really, you've got 5 of. So this bubble here is this here, this one here. So you've got 5 bubbles multiplying with each other here. My point here is that when you take the fifth root of this here, yes, just take the fifth root as normal, and then take the fifth root as normal, but then stick a negative in front of it, and then that will give you a negative. Well, when you are here, I know it sounds weird, but just sit through and try and understand this bit yourself. But my point here is that this whole thing here, when you come to take the fifth root of this negative x here, it will become this. Hang on, bear with me. So we've got this here to the power of 3. This whole thing here does in fact become this, x to the power of 1 over 5, and then minus. So here this is in a bubble here. You do this first and then stick. My point is, this thing here does equal this, and it's hard to understand why, but you just got to sit through that thing. Okay, so now you've got this, so you've got this, and then you've got to times by itself 3 times. So what that means is you've got this here. This equals negative x to the power of this here times by itself 3 times. Okay. So this here times by itself 3 times. So let's just get this times this times this without the negative. We will sort out the negative later on. So this will be x to the power of 3 over 5 here, and this here from our knowledge of indices. So if you don't understand this bit here, you've got to watch the indices section. And now you've got negative times a negative times a negative. So overall, it equals this. Okay, so starting from up here, this thing is really hard to understand because you've got a negative inside here. But it turns out that this whole thing here equals this. Okay, so hang on. So going back to this original thing here, this thing, after applying this transformation, it equals this, minus x to the power of 3 over 5. Remember that the bubble is like this. You've got to do this first and then the negative. So clearly you can see that this does not equal this. Okay, because, yeah, so therefore, not even. But if you look at this here, applying this transformation gives us this, and then this, and when you apply this transformation, is the whole thing, the original function here intact. So that's, well, applying this transformation will give us this, minus f of x here will give us this, will give us, well, take this whole thing down intact. Okay, 3 over 5, and then you've got a minus here, so stick a minus here. So you see, applying this transformation here will give us this. And look at this here. This, when we applied this transformation, it gave us this, and this is exactly the same as this. So therefore, it is an odd function. So after all that, this thing here, this function here is an odd function. Okay. The only hard part is when you stick this into here, it's really hard to understand what this means. It's really, yeah. So here you just got to sit through and understand that this is actually x to the power 3 over 5 minus. So it's like that. Okay. The only reason why this question is difficult is because of this thing here. What does it mean to have a negative number and then power it to something that we don't really understand? Okay.